Hello friends, I welcome you all back to my channel Gratidude. So today I'll be speaking about failure. It is perceived to be again a very negative word. But then if we think deeply, whenever we speak about or whenever we think of failure, we are not only thinking about failure, we are also thinking about success. Because failure and success go hand in hand. There wouldn't have been any failure if there weren't any success. And there couldn't exist success if there was no failure. So, if we think that we failed in something, it doesn't only mean that we failed. It also means that we have gained some experience. And if a person is, successful, then he has also failed in a way because he has failed to get the experience which you might have experienced. So, if you actually think it is not about, that you have faced a defeat, because nothing is final. Failure is never final. How many times have you seen that someone has failed and he has failed permanently? If there's a failure, it acts as a bottleneck, but that also gives you some time to think about things which you were lacking in. It gives you an opportunity to improve. So, suppose if I've been succeeding in everything, I don't get that time. I don't get the time when I can mull upon things. But if you failed, however, I'm not saying if you have failed, that doesn't mean that something very negative has happened to you. It is positive. It actually is positive because suppose you were bound to do something else, but you were pursuing something else, and because you were pursuing something which you did not want to, and you failed in that, so that gives you a time to re-explore things. How would you get time if you were, if you just somehow could have succeeded in, on that path only? But if you failed somehow, so that also sometimes acts as a blessing in disguise, because not everyone gets that opportunity. So failure and success are, if I'm talking about failure, I'm not talking about failure alone. It is also about success. Because if you fail in something or if you don't succeed in something, that just wants you to, in fact, that just adds to your craving. Then you become more desperate towards succeeding. And that is what makes that success more palatable. If you just keep on succeeding in everything, that will become quite ordinary for you. But if you have somehow failed, that might add to the, palate. That might, that appetite, that desperation just enhances. And it would never happen if there was no failure. If you fail in something, you shouldn't consider yourself unfortunate. Because the moment you feel that you are unfortunate, you will actually become miserable. Because, everything, in fact, everything in this world, in your life, depends on your perception, depends on your outlook. If you consider it to be positive, it will act positively for you. If you consider your success also negatively, then it will be negative for you. I've seen many examples. And there was a friend of mine, who somehow managed to just pass, till he was in the 8th standard. But in the 9th standard, he actually flunked. And that was the moment of realization for him. When he actually pondered upon the reasons for his failure, he started working on it. And honestly, he topped his class in his 10th standard. So that is, if he has to ascribe his success towards something, so it would definitely be that moment of failure in 9th standard. So he could also have taken it very negatively. He could have he could have become depressed. He could have blamed so many other things. But no, he didn't choose to be so. He chose to be positive. He chose to take it positively, and he converted that failure as a catalyst. It actually acted as a catalyst for him. Had he taken it negatively, I don't know what his fate would have been now. But right now, he's working well in his life. He's earning 6 digits now. But that was how he considered or perceived his failure to be. So, everything is actually dependent upon our outlook. So let's be grateful for everything we face, we encounter, we experience. Because even success can be negative for someone, and even failure can be positive for so many people. And I have also, in fact, I would say that I haven't seen much failure till now, and that is one of the regrets, because I have failed to experience what the people who somehow do not succeed gain. I actually like that experience, and somehow I feel that you know things should have been, yes, certain things in my life should have been in a way where it would have handed over to me some experience, which I definitely like. Although I might stand out as an exception in so many ways, but experience also plays a very, very, very important role in everyone's life, because you know it becomes very ordinary. There are so many times when I cannot relate with so many people, because whatever I say, just it is very cosmetic. I you know if I would have experienced it, it would have come out organically from me. But now, since I haven't experienced that thing, it just sounds too cosmetic. Just I just cannot explain. But now I have chosen something very different, and I might fail at it, but I am not afraid of it, because if I somehow fail, it would garner me. It would just endow me with so much of experience, which will eventually help me. I have a strong belief in that, and I cannot say that this is the perfect way to change your outlook, or this is not the. I cannot say that this is the perfect outlook towards something. But what I am doing right now, or the outlook which I am carrying with me towards failure, towards negativity, has actually changed my life. I mean, it is. I'm still in the process of changing it, but yes, I feel very much positive when I think even that when I think that even failure is not as negative as it perceived to be. I hope you have understood what I meant to say, and I hope it just changes your outlook towards failure. I just want to contribute to your well-being, in just helping you change the outlook towards almost all the negative aspects, which is widespread. And thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned for more such videos.